Oh! This is an Arduino. It's a tiny computer that lets you control motors, lights, sensors, and a number of other electronics. And this is Jane. Jane is a perfectly good plant, but there's just one problem. I never realize when she needs water until it's almost too late. And that got me thinking, could I build a system that texts me when her soil is dry and even allows me to water her at the push of a button? Sounds amazing, but there was just one problem. I had no idea how to build any of that. So I gave myself 72 hours to learn the Arduino, and let's just say it didn't quite go as smoothly as I thought it would. Phase 1, setting up the Arduino. With that out of the way, it was finally time to move on to phase 2, building a simple LED circuit. Think of this as the hello world of Arduino. It's pretty much the first project everyone builds because it's very basic and it's very easy. And this was actually the most straightforward part of this entire project. I'd found some example code online, and in only just a few minutes, I hit upload, and just like that, we had our very first successful project. Unfortunately, that was only cool for about 5 minutes because for us to actually build a system that's able to interact with Jane, we needed to upgrade from timed actions to actions that we have full control over. And that's exactly where sensors and actuators come in. An example of a sensor is a button. And so I added that to our circuit as well as a few more LEDs. And now I got to control exactly when it came on and when it turned off. At this point, I figured I was ready for the main event. So I scrapped the previous circuit and I got straight to building. It has now been 72 hours since I started playing about with this Arduino, and I finally have some form of a working project that isn't just blinking LEDs. We have this moisture sensor that goes into the plant. Whenever this moisture sensor detects that the moisture has dropped below a certain level that I've set, then two things should happen, which I haven't implemented yet. But the very first one is I should get a message saying the moisture level has dropped. Now the second one is at the push of a button on like a web app or something, I should be able to supply water directly to this plant. Yeah, that was a dumb idea for a number of reasons. Reason number one, setting up this web server was not as straightforward as I thought it would be. I kept getting error after error after error, some of them fairly obvious and some of them not so much. And as for reason number two, it's probably easier if I just show you. If I've done my job correctly, then when we click on this button over here, the pump in that cup of water should pour some more water into this cup. And if that works, I can simply click that button and we'll start pumping some water into this plant until it reaches the threshold that I've set. And so let's see what happens when I click on this. Oh, that was stupid. That was incredibly stupid. There's water everywhere. Oh, Lord. That was incredibly silly. The good news is it works. The bad news is it works way too well. I forgot to add some logic in there that makes sure that it only pumps for like 5 seconds. And so it just keeps running until I press here to turn it off. I think we can all agree that that one was completely my fault. And at this point, you probably think everything's fixed and we now have a working system. But you would be wrong, because only just a few seconds after that, I ended up almost drowning Jane. And the reason for that was simply because I had implemented my fix, but I completely forgot to upload that new code into the Arduino. The good news is though, we did end up getting everything working, and so here is the final project. So what we're going to do now is going to place this tube into this empty cup, and when I click on this button, what we should see is, yep, that runs for 3 seconds and then it stops. And we could also see our little animation over there showing that Jane is happy, but really in reality, I don't think she's gonna be happy about that at all. But we can't call this a success on this project. I definitely made it way more complicated than it really should have been. This could have easily been a very automated process without me having to click any buttons, but where's the fun in that, huh? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.